All right, there's also this took place yesterday. President Trump signing the Halt All Lethal Trafficking of Fentanyl Act into law, which is aimed at curbing the flow and distribution of illegal narcotics into the United States.
Today we strike a righteous blow to the drug dealers, narcotic traffickers, and criminal cartels, and we take a historic step toward justice for every family touched by the fentanyl scourge. Anyone caught trafficking these illicit poisons will be punished with a mandatory 10-year minimum sentence in prison. We will not rest until we have ended the drug overdose epidemic.
Our next guests have made it their life's mission to crack down and raise awareness on this drug that has impacted families across the country, including their own. Gregory Swan lost his son, Drew, to fentanyl poisoning. Jackie Siegel also lost her daughter, Victoria, and sister Jessica to the deadly drug. And Gregory and Jackie join me now. And thank you both so much for doing just that. I'm sure both of you experienced a whole range of emotions yesterday. And Gregory, let's start there with you. What was it like to be with President Trump yesterday, to witness him sign this legislation into law that in large part does honor the life of your child?
It was beautiful. It's a culmination of a dream. The president is comforter in chief. He lived up to it. He looked at me and said, "Your son did not die in vain," and I really believe that. It gives such purpose to his passing. It guts a parent's soul when they lose their child, and we were able to leverage that pain and put it into purpose. Go into schools with fentanylfathers.org, and then we met the perfect partner in Victoria's Voice, who had the same mission. David Siegel, it was his mission the last 10 years of his life after he lost Victoria. And we've now gone into schools. We're going to go into 26,727 schools and warn kids about fentanyls. They deserve the heads up. They're on the plank, walking off of it, and we're pulling them back.
And that's what your mission is, to make sure that kids in every single high school across the country know about fentanyl and are aware of the dangers of it, to make sure that they're better prepared when they get presented with the possibility of a pill and they don't know what's in it. And Jackie, as Gregory just mentioned, you and your husband started Victoria's Voice because of the passing of your beautiful daughter. And you both made speeches yesterday during this bill signing. And Jackie, I thought you made a very important and also tragic point about the fact that despite there being so much progress that has been made in this area with the border closures and certain other things that President Trump has done to crack down on fentanyl, like tariffs on Canada and Mexico, this is still impacting families across the country, including your own, not just with the passing of your daughter, but also your sister, which happened very recently. So if you could tell our audience that story as well.
Yes, well, we've been fighting against the drug epidemic for 10 years, and we recently just celebrated June 6th for the National Naloxone Awareness Day. And so we've made milestones. And when my sister passed away about 10 weeks ago, that gave me even more energy to save lives. And yesterday, when Donald Trump signed the Halt Fentanyl Act, I felt like it was just a milestone for our cause, for saving lives. And when we had the National Naloxone Awareness Day, that's when I met Greg Swan with Fentanyl Fathers. And we have decided to join forces and become stronger with Angel Armies, our Angel Army. And just the energy in the room. And when Donald Trump heard the announcement that we're joining forces, he really gave us some words of encouragement. And just getting that support from the White House, and Kristi Noem was there. She gave us hugs and everything. And it's just wonderful to have this backing and working as a team.
Yeah, well, and Gregory, President Trump said yesterday that this is one of the most important pieces of legislation that he will ever sign into law. I mean, think about that. So could you tell us a little bit more about what this actually does in practice? I understand that one of the major issues is that families who lose a loved one to fentanyl oftentimes don't see justice.
They don't. I was with a bunch of great families that have been part of our movement, our cause. This is America's #1 problem, killing over 100,000 people a year. It is, there's no death total that compares to that, the slaughter. And what it does is it allows law enforcement to really go after the bad guys in a way that they don't have to reenact a crime. They have these people making precursors. You know, these precursors are made. Go ahead. Did you have a question?
Oh, no.
These precursors are made in China. They come over. They're put together by the cartels anywhere along that line. And then when they finally get into distribution and finally another 17-year-old sells a fake pill, Percocet, Xanax, Oxycontin, Adderall to a classmate, they die. That person gets prosecuted, but all the way up down the line. This allows us to put the crimp on it, and they're going to think twice because they can do 10 years real easy now. And so angel-army.com is out there to make sure that we hit every single high school and let them know about this. And they listen to the bereaved parent. President said yesterday, they don't listen to anybody but the real bereaved parent. The person with an experience is never at the mercy of someone with an argument. The kids listen to us.
Well, this was bipartisan legislation for a reason, because we are all safer for it. Gregory, Jackie, thank you so much for joining us. Drew and Victoria will not be forgotten. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.